stood in the window ledge, shut my eyes and said a prayer and was about to jump.
I'm scared.
Careers shot.
You see drugs, you see violence, cops.
But I couldn't go out.
As soon as my boots touched ground in Iraq,
I couldn't deal with people.
I'm going to lose it. I'm not going to be able to maintain.
stress is the only word that comes to mind.
The epidemic of stress, the black plague of the 21st century, because modern medicine has no way to prevent it and no way to cure it.
The impact of stress is so huge. It fuels 80 to 90% of all diseases, from heart disease and cancer to the common cold, to anxiety and depression, to eating disorders and sleep disorders and learning disorders.
Stress, it's at the basis, it's at the foundation of health. And unless you deal with that, the rest of it just absolutely falls apart. And I have seen the benefit of what TM can do for stress.
The research shows that not only does Transcendental meditation reduce physical stress and improve physical health, but it also improves mental health, it improves behavior, it improves performance and productivity. In the last 18 months, there's been a tipping point with regards to Transcendental meditation as far as the world is concerned. What's happened is modern medicine understands the devastating impact of stress to a far greater extent than we ever have before. When we started the David Lynch Foundation, the goal was to bring this technique to people who often need it the most. So we're bringing teachers to the schools, to the homeless shelters, to the military bases.
So Mr. Antoine is going to lead us in our meditation during quiet time.
These kids, they're facing the same challenges that I faced growing up, where you have to worry about whether you're going to have heat when you come home at night in the winter. And if you're not getting rest, stress gets near unbearable. That's what the David Lynch Foundation is about, creating a safe space for them to meditate, to help them deal with the trauma they've been through, but set them up for success later in life as well.
Stress is what creates problems in students, making them fight out. Remove the stress, you don't have that, you have peace.
The work that David Lynch Foundation is doing through me and all other teachers is saving lives.
I always wanted to make my grandmother happy and show her that I was gonna be something. Yesterday, I actually showed her I'm gonna be something.
As we're doing this work and seeing the transformation that is happening in the schools, we're seeing more and more schools that want this.
I feel like I've got like a little guardian.
I work primarily with women and girls who have experienced the criminal justice system, childhood abuse, trauma, intimate partner violence. These women have uniformly experienced a loss of hope. As the healing process begins, their body is getting deep rest so that it can heal and repair itself to the point where they're able to grow so much.
And you said that a leader noticed also a change in you, like when you were having a conversation with a woman that...
Because I'm always walking around happy, and they're like, how could she be so happy? She's living in a family shelter, how could she be so happy? Because I have inner peace now, like I have a certain calmness.
For me, one of the most moving things is to teach a veteran Transcendental meditation. I can't put into words. Where they may haven't slept for months and months, and they're just traumatized by nightmares, and they're given a handful of drugs just to sort of mask the symptoms. And in an hour, you can teach them this meditation technique, and they feel that deep rest and that unbelievable easing of the tension and the stresses and the pressures.
I'm more content than I've ever been, more in love with my life, with my wife, with my kids, with my job, with my circumstances. Everything is better.
to know that something as small of a concept of 20 minutes twice a day can make me feel like I feel now. That's a gift that you can't buy.
In the past 10 years, the David Lynch Foundation has demonstrated the beneficial effects of transcendental meditation are for everyone. And we want to bring it to major cities in the United States, and we'd like to bring it all over the world to really show that this is a very transformational tool that can rebuild the interior landscape in a way that the world is desperately looking for.
Real change for the good truly begins within.